What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to T3G. Today, we're going to be talking about the Enji Minieye. This is an action camera, folks.
Come on.
Now, I do want to go over the specs on the box because they'll be the only way I can know what they all are. But it does record in AVI format. It has 720 and 1080p. It has 30 frames per second, so that's nice. It'll take photos in 4:3 aspect ratio. It is a 200 milliamp hour battery, so working time is about 100 minutes, what the box says. It connects with a sadly proprietary 8-pin USB and has a TF card micro SD card slot. It says it is a polymer lithium battery, which I don't know why that's like after the card slot on the box. The marketing, not necessarily the greatest. I don't know if you could see the shininess of this box. That's how they get you, right? They get the shiny box. You're definitely gonna buy it that way. Now, at a practical level, what it comes with is this little clip system on the back that actually gives you kind of like a pinch clip that you can clip onto like a t-shirt or whatever. Preferably not a t-shirt because it's not going to hold it up to point to anything that you want to see it on. It comes with this where you can actually attach the clip to, which has two screw holes that you can, I guess, mount on a wall for security purposes. We'll get to that in a minute. And it comes with a micro SD card reader and a SIM tool, which actually is, I think, for resetting because there's a reset hole rather on the side of the actual camera itself. Now, I mentioned security. This does have night vision as well as motion detection. So if you could wire it up and power it and just have it record overnight. So it could be a nice little security piece. That's dope. And what I think is gonna be the primary thing I'm gonna use it for is it can also be used as a webcam. Now that's the big one for me. Let's check that out first. All right, so this is my main camera, the C920. I've been having some issues with inside Windows as far as like the freezing, as you see here, but that's just something to do with video formats and encodings. And in terms of recording and streaming, this is what I go with, and this is the camera that I use. Now, the benefit that I see out of the Enji is to add another angle. Now, for instance, when I turn this on, we're gonna switch down to the Enji. Now, the Enji is only recording in 720, so it only has a 720 capability, and then on top of that, it's just not as nice of a camera. Like, yes, it is full HD, but it is full HD only in recording, right? It's not that great as far as this goes. Now, the date also stays there for some reason. I'm not really sure why. I follow the instructions in the book, which is pretty hefty, I have to say. This is all one language. This is all the same. This is all English. Yeah, it's a lot of instructions because everything is done with 2 buttons on the actual Enji itself. So while I wouldn't necessarily use it for this, although I don't see why you couldn't, you could and should and potentially might want to use it to do something like this. I'll go ahead and shrink this. So yeah, we'll shrink that. We'll shrink the bottom here so that you don't see the date, right? We'll adjust the angle here so that it points to my keyboard and mouse. We'll pull it back a little bit. So now, if I wanna maybe give my viewers a different angle, right? So I'm broadcasting, let's lock the preview. You know, I'm gaming and you can see what's going on. Now that I think could definitely be useful. Now, as far as the window situation, when it comes to certain video codecs and stuff like that for webcams, that is gonna affect it. I'm looking into a possible solution and I'll do a video on that for sure. However, this could definitely be a super cool kind of supplementary spot for your video. You know, if you've got like a conversational broadcast where you're gonna have like a cat cam or a dog cam, definitely a very cheap option to do that with. Now let's go ahead and test out some of the other features. We'll start with 1080p recording because 720 is just not gonna do it, guys. So here is the 1080p. Now to get here, you have to turn on the camera, you have to press the mode button, and then start recording by hitting the power button again. It's a bit convoluted, but it gets you there for sure. Now this is definitely gonna come in handy at maybe shows, conventions, stuff like that, because with the clip, like right now it's literally just clipped to the side of my camera, the flip out screen, it's just clipped onto that. And I'm not even sure what the video is right now, but we're gonna use it, whatever it is. But for sure, at like a comic book convention, I can clip it onto my bag, and that's just gonna get me a first-person view of what's going on. And I think that is another good use case for it. Now, in terms of security applications, that I think is where it's gonna get interesting. First, let's try motion detection. Not sure if that worked or if we just have a bunch of empty video before the actual motion detection is supposed to start, but that is our sample. Basically what it does is once you get it into 1080p mode, or if you want to leave it in 720, you start the motion detection, the light flickers, and then what it does is it takes a minute video, I guess, sample, and then from there, it's supposed to just look for that motion, right? So well-lit room, shouldn't be any issue triggering the motion detection. So theoretically, there should be a 1-minute clip that should be just nothingness, and then this clip that we're recording right now. So hopefully that did its job. So I wasn't able to get the night vision going, a couple different attempts, couple different lighting scenarios, and that didn't work. However, I was able to get the motion detection working. It does seem to have created one file, it stopped recording, and then created that other file where I came back into frame. So motion detection seems to work. Night vision, maybe I'm not doing something right. I followed all the instructions several times, reread, didn't seem to work. So not sure what happened there, but it is what it is. But for me personally, as for my use case, it's gonna be completely besides the point. I'm gonna probably use it for my Mac Mini for video chat because I usually don't have a webcam connected to that. So for me, it's gonna be perfect. I might use it as a secondary or tertiary camera for when I'm broadcasting or for when I do any kind of interviews or whatever. But it's just not gonna be something that I'm worried about as far as the night vision. Like, I'm not gonna be using it for security purposes. So overall, I think this is definitely a good solution for a couple different scenarios, and especially at the price. I think right now they're going for about 27 bucks on Amazon. That puts it way below most webcams, and yeah, you really can't go wrong, honestly. I don't see how you could. The only real drawback, besides the night vision thing not working, is the cable's kind of short. Beyond that, I really have nothing bad to say about it. If you are interested in the Enji Minieye, definitely check the link below. It is of course an affiliate link. If you want to help us out, that is greatly appreciated. But that's going to be it for this one. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment if you have any questions about this webcam. If you have any other suggestions, maybe there's a $15 webcam out there that'll do the job just as well. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.